Greetings Ventures, this is Lorne, your guild advisor, and instead of the usual video on Danmachi, this time I'd like to give some love to a newer light novel series I've grown increasingly passionate about, Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki. Penned by the author Yuki Yaku and paired with beautiful illustrations by Fly, the series focuses on the journey and growth of its titular character, Fumiya Tomozaki. Like the setting of various other light novels and anime, Tomozaki is a high school student with little to no friends, and similar to Hachiman Hikigaya from the Oregairu series, also known as My Youth Romantic Comedy Is Wrong As I Expected, this is a deliberate choice. Rather than calling other students deluded like Hachiman does, Tomozaki likens life to a game, calling it trash. After all, he's a top-level gamer, much more invested in the worlds of games unlike real life, which he declares gave him bottom-tier specs. Why should he blame himself for not trying to improve when there are people born with top-tier specs, like good looks and athleticism? The game of life was unbalanced and therefore garbage. That mindset begins to change when he confronts No Name, the one gamer he sees as a rival. No Name ends up being the most popular girl in school, Aoi Hinami. When Hinami discovers the real identity of her online rival, she is disgusted by Tomozaki's real-life performance, claiming that life is the best game there is. Wanting to see if her statement holds any truth, Tomozaki agrees to be coached by Hinami in the game of life in order to judge the game himself. I compared the Tomozaki series to oregairu earlier, but surely the similarities are more in the themes of the story rather than the characters themselves. Tomozaki's initial mindset reminds me of Hachiman, but he is more open to changing himself and attempting to fit in with others via Hinami's instruction. Hinami is also very much the opposite of Yukino. She's smart, athletic, and gets along with everyone at school, willing to engage in superficial conversations and relationships just to improve her standing, while Yukino speaks her mind, even if it causes her to be isolated. The themes of both series, however, are very alike. They highlight interpersonal relationships and feature characters that hide themselves behind masks, using them to avoid conflict and fit in. The ability to speak honestly and say what's in a character's mind is often mentioned to be an uncommon skill in the Tomozaki series. In this case, Hinami states that this is a sort of special skill that Tomozaki possesses, relating real-life skills to games. This is one of the strengths of the series. Gamifying real life makes for some fun analogies, and the way conversations play out like battles makes even the simplest exchanges between characters engaging. As Tomozaki develops his skills, Hinami sets goals for him to achieve, much like milestones in games, while the story allows Tomozaki to fail in his assignments. For example, he can get a short-term goal of getting 3 different people to laugh in a day, or have a longer-term goal of having a girlfriend by the start of their 3rd year in high school. His experience is not always smooth sailing, and he has to constantly struggle and learn from his mistakes to do better in future engagements with people. An introvert myself, I found Tomozaki very relatable when it came to struggling to converse with people, wondering what the right thing to say would be. Seeing Tomozaki improve his skills and be rewarded for his efforts is extremely satisfying, especially since his progress feels earned rather than handed to him. The story isn't particularly written as a comedy, but there are many amusing moments that naturally occur due to Tomozaki's struggles. At one point, Tomozaki is made by Hinami to wear a health mask in order to hide a smile he's trying to hold on to for an entire day, so he can build up the ability to smile more naturally. Unfortunately for him, there are times where he needs to take the mask off in public and he forgets that he's smiling creepily. The simple dynamic between master and student with Hinami and Tomozaki creates very playful banter as well. There's also romance in the series, but it's the type of romance that develops over time throughout the volumes in a very wholesome way. And it's not just Tomozaki that gets caught up in romantic relationships either. The series manages to expertly juggle the elements of both romance and comedy. My favorite part of the series would have to be the characters themselves. Light novel series are usually planned out to be quite long, reaching double digits in volumes, so having enticing characters is very important. A good number of characters are introduced in the opening volume, and over the course of the 3 volumes which are currently released, most of them have been expanded upon, and they all feel like genuine people. Of the prominent characters in the series, there's not a single one I dislike. Naturally, Tomozaki's growth as a character is a highlight, and it's hard not to cheer for him. The best part is that it's not just Tomozaki that's growing throughout this series, but the characters around him as well, and I really appreciate those details and how characters don't feel like they get left behind in the story. If you've been burned by Oregairu's third season being delayed and are wanting to read something similar in focus, or just want to read an entertaining series about self-improvement and the exploration of relationships with fun characters who develop over the course of a story, then I highly encourage you to give Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki a try. After all, it was ranked 3rd in Kono Light Novel ga Sugoi's 2020 guidebook and managed to snag the number 9 spot in Konorado's light novels of the entire decade, despite only starting in May 2016. That's without the boost many light novels get from an anime adaptation. Thankfully, Tomozaki has been announced to receive an anime adaptation, but its release window is still unknown. I had some mixed feelings on the studio and staff involved, but that's probably best saved for a future video. For now, read the excellent light novels. To read the light novels, which are published by Yen Press, you can find the first 3 volumes in both physical and digital formats on most websites where you can find books, such as Amazon, Google Play Books, Bookwalker, and Right Stuff. The 4th volume is currently scheduled to release on August 18th. Recommendations for similar light novels include, of course, Oregairu, as well as Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai, both published by Yen Press. In the current state of the world, with various anime being delayed, a lot of us have more time to get into the world of light novels and discover where many anime get their source material, and also just venture out and find new franchises to love, just like Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki. If you want to see more videos like this or love the Danmachi franchise, which is a big focus on my channel, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord. This is Lorne, your guild advisor, signing out.